Are you experiencing exploding eggs that cook themselves on your countertop?
Do you open your fridge to see another dimension?
Do you find yourself being chased by a giant marshmallow man down the street?
If this is the case, you need help.
Wait, what? Yeah, JPar, did you think this was a Ghostbusters commercial or something?
Well, yeah, you guys put a Ghostbusters sign up.
Yeah, buddy, I hate to tell you, we lured you here, you're going a little crazy, seeing ghosts, you told us you got slimed, we're gonna have to ask you, you put your arm in this little jacket here.
Oh, wait, what's this? What's going on?
Okay, yeah, now your other arm in this one. Okay, just you're giving yourself a hug,
wait, guys,
you're
wait.
giving yourself a hug.
Oh, okay, this is really tight, guys. Wait, I'm perfectly fine, guys. Honestly, guys.
Shh, just roll with
But guys, I'm totally fine.
You will be fine, JPar.
There is no JPar, only Zool.
See, when you do that, it doesn't make it any easier.
Oh shit!
Stop
it. That's my bad.
Yeah. We better call the real Ghostbusters.
Did it!
This is JPar, and you're listening to the We Promise Nothing Show. Today on the show, we have Zube, we have Myles, we have Lip, and we have Da Boo. Before we get things started, I'd like to remind everyone that the music on the show is brought to you by SoundsLikeAnEarful.com. If you need great music for your podcast, check them out. SoundsLikeAnEarful.com. This week, we are reviewing Ghostbusters, the original 1984 classic, released by Columbia Pictures, starring Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis, Rick Moranis, Sigourney Weaver, all that great cast. But before we get into that, say hello, folks.
This is the gatekeeper, the Zoo.
Wow.
You're the gatekeeper?
This is not the Keymaster, Myles. Nice try, Zube.
Who's be my keymaster?
Hey everybody, this is Lip. This movie also features Ernie Hudson,
You forgot him, apparently.
Nice plug.
Sorry, buddy.
keeping him off.
Sorry, buddy. Apparently, he wasn't part of the Ghostbusters.
Keeping him off the cover and in the credits of the show.
Wow.
Oh, that guy.
The Black Ghostbuster.
Sorry, I forgot to mention Ernie Hudson. Sorry, with all the big names in the movie, it's hard to cover everybody. Yes, Ernie Hudson's definitely a notable actor in the movie, as well as, who didn't I name? Annie Potts is in there as Janine. Mm-hmm. And,
Rick Moranis?
No, I said Rick Moranis.
Oh, right,
I tried to name everyone.
Okay.
And let's not forget, also stars Slimer and the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Let's be honest, yeah, Ernie Hudson, he does have a smaller role than all the other Ghostbusters.
He does.
In the
He
film.
comes in about halfway through the movie.
Yeah. And he doesn't even have that many lines.
And
apart,
there's enough good ones, though.
Yeah, he does have a couple zingers. He also tries to, distance himself from the Ghostbusters a bit, too, when they get into legal trouble. He's not, I don't know.
Yeah, that's true, he did. Yeah. It's like, I just worked with these guys and I wasn't even there! Alright, so, I've seen this movie many, many times as a child. In fact, it's probably the first movie that I actually fell in love with and really started what made me like movies. And a lot of the quotes that I use are even from this movie, so it's probably pretty easy to guess where I'm gonna go with this movie. So before we even get into the review of the movie, I guess we should get into why we're doing this movie. As you all know, there is a new Ghostbusters coming out, which is also called Ghostbusters. There is no difference in the title. The reason I wanted to review this Ghostbusters 1984 is because this is the movie I fell in love with. I don't know what's gonna happen when this new one comes out. I don't know if it's gonna be good. I don't know if it's gonna be bad. Let's just say there's a lot of talk about it, and people are just really taking a shit on this movie. And, I mean, what do you guys think of that?
Well, Sorry if I...
People have... It hasn't even come out yet, and people are like the one with the all-female cast.
I think that's the most downvoted trailer on YouTube.
Well,
Yes, it
that
does.
first trailer was pretty crappy overall, and even Kevin Smith said it. Like, he's pretty objective when it comes to all comic book, everything past, present, future, when it comes to movies and cinema, comic books, and he was pretty down on it too. So I'd say, like, I'd give it a chance because the director, like, review of the movie, how it's gonna go. Watch Bridesmaids, then watch Spy. Both have him as director and writer, and also Melissa McCarthy as the lead.
So I haven't seen Spy, but I've seen Bridesmaids. I think, and a lot of people love Bridesmaids.
Yeah, that was a great movie.
Yeah, and then Spy is more accurate to Ghostbusters because it has action and comedy. So that my advice is to review that or to look at that and then go like see that before go watching Ghostbusters. Just give it a fair view. Personally, I was watching the original Ghostbusters and I was trying to imagine myself. Okay, is there going to be what's the difference between a man and a woman reaction to these predicaments? And in both scenarios, they're going to be underdogs. Like especially women, considering how women in the workplace type of stereotype is. Like, oh, she can't do that. She can't do that. A man can only do that. But
Only men can bust ghost soup. What are you talking about?
Well,
that's a man's job.
That's apparently what the internet trolls are posting online, anyways. Like, ruin my childhood and all this other garbage.
Okay,
about,
that's not why this upsets me. It upsets me because I really, really love the first movie, and I just really wanted to see them maybe come out and do it one more time. Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, the whole crew. Unfortunately, Harold Ramis passed away, so they're not going to ever get the original crew.
Wow.
But it's also confusing.
I think with him passed away, I think the time is over and done to do a third.
Yeah, but they couldn't
and
done
final
something.
original Ghostbusters kind of thing.
But they couldn't do something where they handed over the reins, or where they just tied it into the same universe, or made it a reason for this instead of making it so forced.
Well, if you don't mind interjecting here, but the original trailer, that's one thing that kind of jumped out at me, is that they mentioned 30 years ago this happened. Like, the original Ghostbusters did it. So it is like a futuristic based on the original Ghostbusters?
But I don't know, because those same actors
part.
are back playing cameos in the movie, but they're not their original characters. They're just random schmoes.
It's the continuity that everyone is worried about.
Yeah.
They don't
Which
know
makes
where
actually-
this fits in the Ghostbusters universe.
It doesn't really if they...
No, it
oh,
doesn't.
God.
But I think they're actually going to be reprising their old roles just in a very small cameo. Like, apparently they showed Dan Aykroyd's cameo in one of the international trailers. I saw a really bad version of it on comicbook.com. But he's a cab driver. Spoiler alert. He's a cab driver.
Oh, no.
That's a major spoiler.
I know.
Please continue.
Just broke the internet right there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's basically that's my theory is that they're gonna be the original roles because Ernie Hudson, Annie Potts is in it. The only person I didn't hear that's gonna be reprising the role is Rick Moranis, but I heard he's out of acting completely, so like a non-starter.
Someone also asked them about that, and it's like, they didn't ask me.
Did you even ask for Rick?
No!
Well, then that's even worse.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah. Slap the face.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Dan Aykroyd's not part. Well, I know he's a producer in this movie, but he didn't write it.
Maybe that has something to do with the writing thing.
It's possible, but
anyways, we'll get into that.
I still blame Bill Murray for the whole not.
Oh, it's definitely. Bill Murray's a great actor. I love Bill Murray. He's like, and because of Ghostbusters, he's the first actor I actually liked. You know what I mean? So, but I hate to say it, this whole like Ghostbusters 3 debacle and all this crap, and now he's doing a cameo in this one all of a sudden. Like he's making them like him less because of this whole debacle. It's unfortunate, but
he's so good in Ghostbusters.
Oh yes,
really
it's got to be his.
Yeah.
I thought. Okay, I'm saying to you guys, I thought it was his best role. What do you guys think?
Well, Caddyshack for me stands out for Bill Murray.
So,
that kind of made him famous.
What about
outside
Bob?
of
We
SNL.
also mentioned
That's-
the other day.
that's
What
probably
about
my
Bob?
second favorite.
So good.
Really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
Like-
that was like a later on film though, right?
It's pretty old. Probably
Yeah.
early 90s.
Yeah, I would say
Yeah.
early 90s, but well, I guess this is
Groundhog's
84,
Day.
so yeah, it would be
That was
almost
my
10 years
favorite.
older. Maybe.
Groundhog's Day.
Yeah.
There
Yeah,
you
so-
go.
Oh, Groundhog's Day.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
forget
yeah.
what about Bob. That's got to be my second favorite.
Yeah, but we're
Oh,
talking about
they're Bill Murray. Oh God, so many good
Scrooged.
movies.
Oh,
Yeah,
Scrooge is
Scrooge
really
is
good.
good.
Yes,
The list
Good.
goes on.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. All right, so let's get into Ghostbusters. Did we say everything we wanted to say about the new one? We cover why.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, okay.
All right. Well, I was gonna say,
Sorry,
Dave.
I just want everyone to remember that this is a great movie. But what do you guys want to say?
Just one last food for thought for general audiences that go in there. Ghostbusters 1 had 2 original cast members from SNL. Same thing with Ghostbusters, the new one. They have Kristen Wiig and actually, there's 3 of them. The
there's
black
3.
girl
Yeah.
is also part of the. They're not well known actors yet. But the one that plays the Egon character with the yellow glasses, plus the black girl, are all 3 of them are part of SNL.
All right.
So,
Well, yeah, they have a good cast. Melissa McCarthy, she's hilarious. And if you're saying that watch Spy and watch Bridesmaids, I love both those movies. They're really good. So if that's as good as this, maybe the movie has a shot.
Yeah.
Here's my question, JPar. Would it kind of make it for you if there was a Peter Venkman type character, like a female who was hypersexualized, always like hitting on guys and...
I almost got a weird feeling that's going to be Melissa McCarthy's character in this. Like, she's going to be the one hitting on, maybe. Is she supposed to be the Peter Venkman in this group? I don't know. Like, the way they make them look, it's like, oh, that one's Winston, that one's Egon, that one's Ray. You know what I mean? Like, you can almost, like, pick them out. It's like, it's the girl version of them, you know? Like...
Well, I feel like Kristen Wiig is Ray.
Is that how it goes?
Yeah, well, they showed a scene of her, like, writing on a chalkboard or whatever, so she's got some brains, so she can't be Venkman, no offense. He's a charmer, he's a smoother, he's a used car salesman in this movie.
Oh my god, yeah,
for sure.
Gift of gab. That was it.
Alright, so I mean, like we said, there's nothing wrong with the cast, it's just, there's a lot of things, a lot of question marks about this.
Also, you mentioned it earlier in the introduction. I hate that they named it the exact fucking name.
They couldn't give it a subtitle. Like, that's what I mean. From now on, we always have to say the 1984 Ghostbusters, which irks me. It's like, why can't we just say Ghostbusters, and that's the original, you know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. Now I'm going to have to discern with people that are like, oh, that Ghostbusters? Like, no, you know, like...
The good one.
Well, are we going to say the same thing then about the Star Trek series? Because the original Star Trek 1, then there's the, Star Trek with Chris Pine. That was named after the same thing. We have to be fair.
Do they not have
that.
subtitles?
I thought they did too.
The first one didn't have a subtitle. The second one did.
Oh, we got a fact check going on here.
I might
Doesn't
be wrong.
the original Star Trek movie have a subtitle itself?
I thought it did too.
Like the new country or some weird thing?
Yeah.
Well, Undiscovered Country was Star Trek 6.
Oh, see, I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know
But
shit about Star Trek.
I may be wrong, but if that's the case, then we should still be fair about it.
Oh! Star Trek the Motion Picture.
That is correct.
That's what it was called.
There it is.
Yeah. Star Trek the Motion
Yes.
I had to burp it out with the beer there, apparently.
Beer burp.
Oh, yeah. I
The motion picture.
Movie fact.
Yeah. So 2009 was Star Trek, and then it went Into Darkness and Star Trek Beyond.
Oh. Oh, so there you go. There is a differentiation between them.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Alright, so let's get into the review of Ghostbusters, 1984, directed by Ivan Reitman, released by Columbia Pictures, and starring all those great people that we said. This was like an idea back in 84 that's like, it really shouldn't have happened. They kind of took these like comedic stars and turned them into action heroes in a weird way, which is something you never saw back then. And now you see it all the time in the superhero movies, but back then you didn't, because it was always the Rambos, the Arnold Schwarzeneggers, the Bruce Willises that were in these action flicks. This somehow took a sci-fi genre and made it so these 4 nerds from New York could become these heroes. So I feel like this is a natural thing. It took a while to get there. It's like it shouldn't work when you look at it on paper because it just sounds ridiculous, but somehow it ends up being hilarious and full of action and apparently marketable, as they followed it up with cartoons and toys, the real Ghostbusters and all that.
Also the Commodore 64 PC game.
And all Genesis, Sega, and all that. Video games. How did Ghostbusters affect your life, guys?
For me, it was the cartoon. I remember the cartoon dead on. Every episode, it was amazing. So when I watched the movie, and Slimer's an asshole. He's not like that in the cartoon. He's actually this lovable character. You know, he's always helping people out. He wants to do good. He wants to help everyone all the time.
Voiced by Frank Welker, who is a voice legend. He also did the voice for Ray Stantz in the same cartoon.
Whoa.
Oh.
This guy has voice acting work back to Scooby-Doo. He is the original Freddy Jones.
Oh, wow.
Okay, we're all bowing right now.
Frank Welker, almost any cartoon you look at the 80s or even nowadays, you'll see Frank Welker's name attached to it. If there's any little sidekick character, like Slimer or something like that, he's usually the voice.
Just a quick question, though. Did the Ghostbusters cartoon come out after Ghostbusters 1 or 2? Because
After 1.
Because Ghostbusters 2, Slimer was actually on the Ghostbusters side.
Well, yes. That's because of the cartoon, and they marketed it so much towards kids. They geared the second one more for kids, and they based it more on the cartoon.
Yeah, I was surprised how highly sexualized the first Ghostbusters movie.
Well, how dirty it is, and all the adult humor. They're smoking cigarettes, drinking beer. And this is kind of like my problem with a lot of the movies that happened in the 80s. They'd get like this really great concept of a movie, like Ghostbusters, or you get like the first Ninja Turtles movie, even the first Batman movie, all excellent, and then I just find they get watered down over time. It's like, let's make a sequel, yeah, but we gotta make it for kids.
That's where the money's at. That's where the toys are.
But the thing is, the kids love these movies
merchandising
to begin with. We don't have to dumb it down for kids. Kids are smart. We know, because we grew up during this time. We appreciated the ones that are more geared for adults. And that's the problem nowadays. Why do we dumb things down for kids? Kids aren't dumb. Talk to them like they're adults.
Fair enough.
Lesson from a man with no kids.
But, I put a kind of trial and error with my kids. I have 2 daughters, and about a year ago, Ghostbusters came on Netflix, and I had them watch it, and now it's one of their favorite movies. I was kind of afraid that they would be too freaked out, especially with the kitchen scenes. Oh my god, I just watched that again, I'm like, I just remember that from my childhood. I was like, I think I had nightmares. Sorry. I think I had nightmares, thinking about the couch. I'm like, someone's gonna grab me outside the couch, but my kids.
Oh, the chair when the
chair
arms came up and grabbed her.
Yeah, pushed her into the.
One grabs her boob, totally.
Like twice. Groping.
There was even some bra reveal there. It was
scandalous.
my.
Miles had to leave the room for a second.
Yeah.
He's got
Excuse me, guys.
dreams of Sigourney Weaver in his head.
I do now. 84 Weaver for the win.
Dream Weaver.
Here's a competition for you. Aliens Weaver versus Ghostbusters Weaver.
I take Ghostbusters only because Alien Weaver would kick my ass. I'm not into that.
No?
Too tough for
now.
you, Miles.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the other Weaver. She seems more down to earth. She plays an instrument. She lets the chair grope her. That's my Weaver.
Nice. All right, so like I said, I grew up with this movie when I was younger. How many times have you seen it, Zube? When you grew up, have you seen it a lot growing up?
Yeah, because I actually went as a Ghostbuster for Halloween a couple times.
Oh, nice.
Like last year. I mean, no.
A couple times last year? Holy jeez.
Also for a cosplay. So I did that too.
Please explain cosplay once more.
No. I think people got that out of the outtakes. Paraphrased it. So, I've seen it at least 20 times as a kid, and then Netflix once a week, basically. So, I love it.
This is the second time for me.
Yeah.
I seen it was like 8 or 9, so I got some of Ghostbusters 2 and Ghostbusters 1 mixed up.
Which is unfortunate, because Ghostbusters 2 just isn't as good as the first one.
The only thing I remember from Ghostbusters 2, though, is the painting was a dick.
Well, yeah,
the
he is a
painting
dick.
was not literally a dick. Let me get that straight.
Thanks for the clarification.
Yeah.
It would have been a much different movie if the painting was of a dick.
Yeah, this evil, demonic,
Dick.
7 feet tall
It's the demon dick.
dick. Where do we go from there now?
Give us a show, Eastlink. But yeah, so I mean, Boo, obviously you saw a lot because this was your copy. And I'm sure you grew up with this movie,
Well, yeah, I grew up with it like everyone else. I don't know. I just
Well,
didn't
not,
see it.
apparently not Myles and Lip.
No, you guys talk about it like you've seen it almost every day of your lives, or Christ. I kind of feel
Maybe
like I was.
me, maybe I have.
Yeah, I know. For me, this wasn't something I grew up with consistently, though. Cartoon-wise, yeah, it was always there. Every morning I had to wake up. It had to be the first thing I'd see. But after a while, it got replaced with other shows. But iconically, it's probably one of the few franchises, I think, as a child that stuck with me even to this day. There's very few of those I feel I could say that out loud because I wasn't into He-Man. I wasn't into G.I. Joe and whatnot, but I can still single out like the little toys of Ninja Turtles that I had along with the truck and everything else. So for me, maybe as a child, that's where I remember it being rooted in, as being one of the greater shows. Movie-wise, I don't know. I feel like Bill Murray was, for me, one of the only reasons why I kind of enjoyed it more than anything else.
But he's definitely...
With a dash of Aykroyd, because for me that was another staple mark of... or trademark, sorry, staple mark. Trademark of the fact that this was also partly written by Aykroyd. So I felt like, while throughout the whole movie, I felt like, great, this Canadian was, building this monument. Why am I stuck on marks? Monuments of most movies in the 80s, like you had said, along with the Turtles and whatnot. So I kind of feel like that's where I can always remember it. But other than that,
he plays such like a happy, just lovable child.
He's a little kid,
like man-child,
and they basically
let's go get ghosts, everybody.
They basically force him to sell his parents' house at a ridiculous rate, and then when they get to the firehouse, he's like, "It's like this place is great. We gotta stay here tonight. Just see it, check it out." They're like, "Yeah, we'll take it." And earlier Egon's like, "This building should be condemned." There's so many great lines in this. Oh man, I did you guys a big favor last night. I can quote that movie from beginning to end very easily, and I had to hold myself back.
There was a few times where you threw in the...
I did. I had no choice.
How are you remembering this 1984 stuff? This is pretty intense.
I told you, this is the first movie I loved. Like, when I was younger, this is a VHS tape that we owned, and I watched it over and over and over again. I didn't watch a Disney movie over and over again when I was younger. This is like one of those movies I watched over and over again.
See, for me, it was... I probably only seen this movie like 2 or 3 times, probably before this. And I think I told you, I watched Ghostbusters 2 probably more than I've seen Ghostbusters 1.
Which surprises me.
Only because, like, as a child, I always thought Ghostbusters 2 was better. But, like, as, kind of like you said, as you get older, you realize it's marketed towards kids, and that's why you actually think it's better. But as an adult, the first one is...
Both you guys told me the same thing about Ninja Turtles 2. You both thought that Ninja Turtles 2 was better. And, clearly the first one is the best.
Oh, my God. It's so clear. But, I don't know, like, little kid me was just like, Super Shredder, what? Tonka Razor? Like, I got these action figures and shit, which, of course they made specifically for me. At least I thought. So, I always just liked that movie more, and then you watch it and you're like, oh, man, like, a lot of, like, shitty kid jokes in here.
Yeah. Oh, little Drooly. That was actually one of the funny ones. All right, so, oh, man. But anyways, Ghostbusters. So you guys enjoyed this this time? Like, you two, you didn't grow up with it as much. Can you see why, like, many people would be upset over, like, why they're making this new one?
Yeah, especially, like, just how adult the first one was with all the smoke. I couldn't believe they were smoking every scene. Every scene. In the car.
Yeah, Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd were just smoking up a storm.
In the firehouse.
Yeah, which
in
is
the hotel.
irresponsible if you think about it. Around the car, they were carrying around proton packs that were nuclear. They were going downstairs where they had the lockbox of all the ghosts, which apparently is very hazardous, and no smoking sign should be plastered around. Like,
everything they weren't supposed to do, they did.
Yep.
They're like, you see the no smoking sign? You see them smoking in the hotel?
Yeah.
You see
yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, it's like, don't look at the trap. Don't look at the trap. I looked at the trap, Ray. Don't cross the streams. How do they save the day? They cross the streams.
So apparently it wasn't a nuclear apocalypse after all. Egon lied.
But I think he had to reverse the polarity or is that what happens when you cross the streams?
There was something.
Did you have to reverse the polarity before crossing the stream? I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, it was a made up.
It didn't matter because none of it is real.
That's true.
No such thing as proton packs.
We promise.
All right, so let's get on to the ratings, folks. Who is gonna go first? Lip.
All right, I'm giving it a solid 4.
Boom.
I was really surprised by it. I thought it was going to be good, but, you know, the adult humor, like, since the last time I'd seen it, you know, you're picking up all the jokes, a lot better than I expected. Especially, and, like, the graphics, actually. The graphics really held up for a 1984 film.
Yeah.
I think the only time I thought it was kind of crappy is when the demon dog kind of jumps and collapses a table. It looks a little shitty there for about 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But other than that, the special effects are really well done. Really well done for 1984.
Excellent. And Myles?
I'm gonna give it a 4 as well. It was a really solid first movie that I can't remember any real scenes from when I was a kid going into the movie, so it was like watching it for the first time.
That's awesome.
And Bill Murray, he nailed it for me. That was classic. Like, you could. I wonder how much of those lines he said in the movie that were actually written.
Ad-libbed,
I think he ad-libbed a lot of those scenes because they're so good. They're off the cuff. You're just rolling with what's happening. So yeah.
Like that one scene where he's talking to Ray, and he's like, It's like, how are we gonna get the money? And they're drinking. He's just like, I don't know.
It looks like he knows, but he doesn't.
It looks like that part was like kind of ad-libbed a little, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
No, it was really good. So yeah, solid 4 for me too.
I think JPar, you mentioned they kind of put the reins on him a bit for Ghostbusters 2. It seemed.
Yeah.
they had to because they
Tamed
tamed it down for kids. This had to be like a rated R movie. Did it not? Like, I have no idea.
Probably
Well, it didn't have any murder.
I guess
didn't have
not.
any
Maybe it's PG-13,
nudity.
but geez. I mean, PG-13 seems a lot more tame nowadays compared to back then.
That's true.
Maybe it's just the smoking and the drinking.
No, that could be it because he was reading a map with a lit cigarette in his mouth. None of that seemed good. Why are you doing that?
All right, so Zube, what do you rate Ghostbusters?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna say 4 again because it's such a iconic movie in the 80s. Like that with Back to the Future and
Indiana Jones, Star
Wars, the original Superman were all iconic.
Whoa, back the truck up. Take that Superman out of there.
Oh, I'm sorry, Captain America. You want to go there too?
Whoa,
Shots fired. Oh.
Come on, really?
You know where the door is, Zuber.
The music.
You take your Superman and you get out of here.
Listen to the Superman reviews.
I'm seeing Ghostbusters as a PG here online.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Wow,
that was pretty.
That's an intense PG.
Yeah, there was
really
a
intense
breast
one.
feel. There was a 2.5 base.
What about the line that Winston says to the politicians? Never mind, we won't cover it.
And also the ghost that went down on Ray Stantz. Like,
didn't go down.
Didn't
go down.
We don't really
just
know.
opened his pants.
It could have been an HJ. It could have been an FJ.
It could have been a GJ.
A GJ.
A ghost job.
Oh, nice. It was definitely a GJ. We just don't know the specifics.
what, a dry hump there? I don't know.
I think he got slimed at the end.
Or she did.
Ayo!
Yeah, we don't
Who's
know.
slime too?
Yeah, they
don't
leave it
know.
up to your imagination.
That's probably the
Give us a show, Link.
Extended cut.
Could be a guy ghost, could be a girl ghost. We don't know.
Oh, shit.
It was a girl
It was
ghost.
a girl ghost.
How do you know?
How do you know? How do you
It was a
know?
girl ghost.
How do you
didn't
know?
see
It was
it.
blonde. We saw it.
Did
It was,
you?
I don't remember.
It was a chick.
was a
They
blonde.
showed the girl floating, the manifestation floating
Yeah,
I
above
did not
him.
see any corporeal form in that room. It was
There
just
totally
great.
was a chick
I
floating.
don't know. They both said they watched it a million times. They're probably right.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm not gonna argue.
I don't know. We promised
So-
nothing, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it could have been an FJ or
A GJ.
we know it's a GJ. We just don't know what the GJ did.
Is all this part even staying in here? I don't even know.
It probably should.
I'll tell you
It
this.
should.
You guys think it's the girl ghost, but she could have pulled the old switcheroo. You don't see any.
A reverse Houdini.
Yeah.
Oh,
A
what
reverse
twist.
GJ.
Right? They show him the girl ghost. She disappears. Guy ghost jumps in.
They've already gone too far. It feels good.
Let me summon my brother from another dimension at this second.
Oh, that sounds really Game of Thrones-ish.
And then, okay, on top of that whole scene, there's also the
The
two
ghosts
dogs.
of Cersei and Jaime Lannister are on him.
Playing pranks on people.
Yeah.
What goes through?
Well, yeah, I was just saying with the scene with the two dogs, where these demon dogs, especially the one going through the restaurant chasing after Rick Moranis' character.
Now, tell me there's no sexual innuendos there. the keymaster and the gatekeeper.
Yeah, especially what they're doing towards the end of the movie.
Well, they clearly have sex at the end of the movie, and they roll off each other, and that unleashes...
And meanwhile, my daughters that are below 10 didn't ask any questions.
When I was a kid, I was like,
you don't really know. Yeah.
I didn't know when I was a kid.
they were
Only when I
kissing,
got
they were
older
hugging,
did I
they were
understand.
Yeah, they're playing tag, whatever. It's
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
Hugs.
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 Everybody hugs.
No,
Boo!
no ZJ.
Yeah,
Where? What's your rating on this?
Honestly, about a 3. Honestly, it was just
A
not
3?
I know you guys all
Wow.
grew up with it, and I have a strong backing on it. I
You
don't-
own this movie.
I own quite a few movies.
We watched
JPar.
your copy of it.
No, for me, this wasn't just a movie that really stood out as a movie I always wanted to revisit. It really wasn't, honestly. It had a lot of great moments and great lines, but that's as far as it went for me.
Brutal.
And honestly, I was a bit shocked that everyone's giving it 4. And
I'm shocked you're giving it a 3. What the heck's wrong with you, man?
It's the
Well, I'm
kids.
sorry.
Speaking of
I'm
which,
sorry.
Boo, are you okay?
Yeah, no
It
kidding.
looks
Are
like
you
you're
dying?
having
or
a
what?
physical ailment. Or
Honestly,
something.
I think I'm reacting to something. I don't know if it was the sub or if it was something else. But I feel like there's
something
an
you
allergic
ate in your
reaction.
pita.
That or, I don't know.
He's coming
Yeah,
out.
your
with
eyes are
Allergies,
closing.
I feel like my eyes are starting to swell up.
They
It's
are
like
swelling.
great. So this
Your
is
face is red.
This is a wonderful afternoon, by the way.
Maybe he's Zool.
Oh, he got possessed by this. No.
No.
Okay, good.
All right, so yeah, I am gonna give it a 5. I'd probably give it I'd probably give it a 4.5. Just for normal sakes, but because normal sakes, just for if it didn't have the nostalgia factor for me, and if I didn't grow up with this movie, I probably would have given it like a 4.5. But as with most of my movies that get a 5, I give it the extra 0.5 just because it has a personal touch to me, personal touch for me, and that's
Touched
why.
him personally.
Like that ghost?
Yes, exactly like that ghost. That ghost
was a girl.
personally touched me,
But it was a girl
and then
ghost.
I felt touched in the head after, and it made me like this movie. Gave it a 5.
Show us on this doll where the movie touched you.
Here, and back here.
Oh, the bikini area.
All right, so
That's the Scooty Weaver scene.
decently good review. Decently good reviews for Ghostbusters, except for Boo hating on it for reasons unknown.
Because he's having an allergic
I
reaction
just-
to Ghostbusters.
I think so. He's like, I think he's
thought
just.
of it.
He's feeling sick right now. He's just like, fuck it, I'm taking it out on this movie. Fuck it, Ghostbusters gets a 3.
It's
still-
his special edition deluxe, like Ghostbusters 1 and 2 we watched.
Yes, Ghostbusters 1 and 2.
In a
He bought
platinum
it for
case.
Ghostbusters 2.
We watched
apparently.
his copy, but it's only a 3,
The
guys.
Blu-ray edition.
Alright, so now that we're done reviewing Ghostbusters, we're just gonna have a little fun at the end here. We're just gonna do a little what-if scenario. What would happen, guys, if I handed the reins to the Ghostbusters franchise over to you? How would you picture your perfect Ghostbusters 3 shoot?
Well, Ghostbusters 3 probably be in a perfect world if Harold Ramis was still alive. It would be say 5-10 years down the road. I wouldn't go the route of Ghostbusters 2 where they were basically flat broke and they were bums after the first one. I'll go with them progressing, evolving the group. Maybe have turn them into like a police for Ghostbusters where they have just one instead of one core. They have multiple Ghostbusters around the city or maybe in the States. And there might be they have to fight a global ghost phenomenon.
Okay.
Just something like that.
That sounds
Going
interesting.
bigger, yeah. Instead of just New York,
big.
now it's the whole country.
Now they got franchises all across the country. That's an interesting way to go with it.
Right.
Alright, Myles.
I would like to see a direct sequel where they start off the movie with all the people like Venkman and Egon, but they all split up. And they're all doing some mundane job that's not related to ghost busting because there's no more ghosts to bust.
Right.
And each person has this younger version of themselves that they've taken under their wing, okay? And then all of a sudden there's a ghost epidemic. So everybody meets up again after 20 years, like, holy crap, man, we gotta bust some ghosts. I can't do this shit anymore. Well, I got this guy in my computer class. Oh, I got this guy at the repair shop. I got this guy at the used car sales lot.
So Peter Venkman's the
Peter Venkman's
salesman?
the used car salesman.
All right.
And then it just goes from there. You have the start of the movie is the old cast, the middle of the movie is them together, the end of the movie is the new cast.
The new cast coming
and then
out.
you can
have
have
that
the new
sounds
trilogy
great.
or whatever you want to call it.
That sounds actually great. How would you do it, Lip?
All right. I think for me, you got to go back 10 years, to when everyone's still alive. And I think I would turn it into the cartoon a bit, where there are good ghosts and there are bad ghosts, and they're living in society a bit.
Didn't they do that with ghosts? Oh, living in society. Okay. Let's see where this goes.
Right? I don't know. There's good ghosts, but then there's also different, kind of like Zube said, different Ghostbuster squads to try and capture the evil ghosts. The ones that are harmful rather than the Slimers. Kind of like in the cartoon where Slimer was good. And
ghosts and humans
the
working
Puff Marshmallow
together.
Man is actually, good in the cartoon, isn't he a bit?
Yeah.
It sounds like Men in
sorta.
Black, but with ghosts.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
You have the good
there you
aliens,
go.
the bad aliens. They live among us.
Yeah.
One society knows about them.
That's true.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, there you go.
Good idea.
And this could have come out all before Men in Black, so that would have killed that franchise or whatever.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
and then maybe
Yeah.
that bad movie wouldn't have come out.
Yeah.
And all the really awful sequels. The first one wasn't that
I like
bad.
the first one.
The first one
First one
wasn't
was
that
okay.
bad, but when they
Second
came
one
out
was
with the
horrible.
second and third, it's like, okay, guys, just stop.
And the cartoon was questionable.
Yeah, but I think you need Harold Ramis in there
Oh, for sure.
before he passed away. Like, trying to make a third original now, it's...
Well, you could just have a nod to him in the movie,
I
like all
suppose.
three of them. Maybe that's how they meet up on his anniversary of his death, to honor the character, to honor him as a person.
All right,
Yeah.
here's my concept. Just totally accept that Harold Ramis is gone. They kind of just like come together. Egon passed away. Oh no.
Never.
No,
Okay, sorry.
you don't know.
No, continue.
don't want to do that. Okay. They weren't supposed to kill Han Solo either.
Oh,
Spoiler alert! Wow.
So let's just say all the Ghostbusters come together. It's like, oh, I can't believe Egon is dead. It's like, well, wait a minute. We're Ghostbusters. Like, isn't he a ghost somewhere? So let's make this third one. They go to the ghost realm where the ghosts would come from to try and bring Egon back.
Ooh, I actually like that.
That would be my kind of concept to go with. And then, they get into this battle with all this ghosts. I
Myles
mean, they're
doesn't
in
like
another...
it.
No, he does. I don't think he does. He's grimacing.
He's shaking his head over there.
My problem with this, I actually thought about this last night when you proposed the idea to me last night.
Oh, okay, there you go.
What do you think that the new one should be? I thought of that too, but then I thought it's too soon, and I don't know if that'd be respectful to the family.
I agree it's too soon, but in a way, what's the best way to address a problem like that when you're trying to create
Well,
something?
if they had the producer go to the family and say, this is our
And they were
concept
okay
or
with it?
idea. Yeah, if they
Yeah.
were okay with it, then that would be
I think-
fantastic. Awesome.
I think it would be. I mean, you get like someone who does like a good Egon impersonation, and they just CGI him, make him like ghost-like, so it's not really like you can't really tell that it's like him or not. In the end, it's really gonna be about learning to accept the death of loved ones, because they're obviously not going to be able to bring Egon back at the end. They're going to have to come to this acceptance, okay, we're going back to the real world, but you're not coming, buddy. Like, sorry to have to leave you here. Like, and it's going to be the Egon character himself saying, sorry guys, I can't come with you. My time's done.
Well, yeah, I like our idea, JPar. I'm thinking off the top of my head, like a good Egon lookalike would probably be Sacha Baron Cohen.
Oh,
That is a good one. I can see
that's
that.
a good,
Not bad, actually.
and he's
Yeah.
a good character actor.
Yeah.
Right. So, but the thing is, if you're trying to sell it that way, where he's just like, I don't want to go back.
Sorry,
It
folks.
was a ghost.
Ghosts!
Yeah, there's ghosts in here.
Ghosts! Harold Ramis
Who do we
does
call?
not like the idea of this new Ghostbusters
Yeah,
movie,
that's a
and
sign.
he's trashing the place.
Yeah, he does not like Sacha Baron Cohen at all. Sorry, Harold Ramis. Sorry.
No Borat in the Ghostbusters remake. Sorry.
Yeah, no yellow speedo.
You can hear him now. He says no speedos. No speedos.
Very nice.
All right, so those are some great ideas for what could potentially been a third Ghostbusters movie. So we'll kind of leave it at that, but we got a few more minutes. Let's do some quick reviews, and we got a couple of quick reviews from Zube and Lip.
All right, Lip, do you want to go first with the?
Okay, so recently I went to go see Now You See Me 2 in theaters with a couple friends. One of my buddies, big magic lover, loved the first film. I actually really enjoyed it too. Kept you guessing and, had tons of interesting magic in it. Second one, I guess you could say the magic wore off. It was not as good.
Not clever.
Ooh, yes. I apologize for nothing. Yeah, it just, I don't know. I felt you could read it a bit more. There's a couple things, you guess and get wrong, but it's just like, I wasn't really dazzled or, I don't know. I didn't feel like the same happiness I did when I saw the first one. I was, loved it in theater. So,
Okay, here's a question that I have about this, and maybe we'll all get a chance to ask one question about the movie.
yeah.
The question I ask since seeing Batman versus Superman, how do you feel about Jesse Eisenberg and as an actor and in roles now? Does this make it worse or better for you?
So I've seen him in quite a few films. I feel like he has this very specific way he acts, and his acting is, I don't know, it's similar for all his characters. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, I didn't really care for him that much as a Lex Luthor.
But I mean, does it kind of how does it feel now as him as an actor? I feel like, to me, this almost affected the way I see the actor, Jesse Eisenberg. Like the way Lex Luthor does. Because now all I see is just that douche. I see the Facebook guy. I see the crazy Lex Luthor psycho dink. You know what I mean? Just like, he's just the Eisen douche now.
He always sounds the same to me when he acts, and just his stutters and everything is very classic to him, the way he is as an actor. To me, he was never Lex Luthor. You say Lex Luthor, he does not pop in my head. That is not the first image I think. I think a bald Lex Luthor, bigger, stronger, taller.
Superman animated series Lex Luthor.
Yeah,
that's the one I think
not kind of skinny, frail, super intelligent. Well, he's always super intelligent, but he's just, at least in my eyes, a bigger man.
All right, and any other actors stand out in this?
Mark Ruffalo, love Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah,
he's such a great actor. He stands out. There's so many actors actually in this movie.
Woody Harrelson.
Yes, Woody Harrelson's very good.
What's the name of the girl that was in the first one who's not in this one?
Amy Adams.
Yes, Sacha Baron.
That's not Amy Adams. That's the other girl.
Not Amy Adams.
That's the other girl.
Oh,
Lisa...
Isla Fisher? Is that her name?
Yes, Eliza Fisher. Yes,
and she's married to
Borat.
Sasha. Yeah,
I was a little too confused. Amy Adams and Isla Fisher.
they do look alike.
Yeah,
I do agree. But yeah, it's Elsa Fisher, right?
Oh.
That's her name.
Right. Yeah, I mispronounced.
Elsa
her name.
or Eliza Fisher?
Yes.
We promise nothing, folks.
Yeah, something like that.
It's just as long as she's not listening right
Dave
now.
Franco's also in it, as well as Daniel Radcliffe. I actually really like Dave Franco as an
Oh,
actor.
that's right. Harry Potter was in this. That's kind of funny.
And he was the antagonist.
Yes.
Was he?
Yes, he is.
That's
he is.
funny.
So
that's
that's
funny.
a cool role I'd like
Yeah.
to see.
I actually forgot about that. That in itself makes me may want to...
I'll tell you
But
this.
why don't you tell us, Lip?
Yeah,
Was
you
it
tell
worth
us, 'cause you've
seeing?
seen it.
Was it worth seeing?
If you really enjoyed the first one, and you, I don't know, have to see the second one, I guess you could see it in theaters. But for me, honestly, this is probably a rent or download.
How many stars you give it?
Oof, 3.5, somewhere in there.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty high.
That is high.
So is it a 3 or
Okay,
3?
well, 3 then. 3.
All right, 3.
It's not crap, but I mean, like, it didn't have the same magic as the first one. The first one was,
All right,
I think,
so
like a 4.5 for me.
So
I
basically,
really enjoyed
go
it.
see it on a Tuesday, right? If you want to.
Yeah,
see
go see it
theaters.
cheap Tuesday if you're going to see it in theaters. If not, maybe just rent it at home.
So Now You See Me? Is that what
2.
it's called?
Now You See Me
Now You
2.
See Me 2.
Is that
Lost its magic? Might be an okay one-time view,
Yeah.
according to Lip.
A couple other actors and actresses. Lizzie Kaplan's in there. Jay Shue. That's about it. Morgan Freeman as well. I
Morgan-
Well,
forgot
of course,
him as
Morgan
well.
Freeman.
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman.
That's not how he sounds.
Really? I thought it was.
I thought he was here.
Trick Myles.
Yeah.
All right, so Zube, you went to go see the new animated feature Finding Dory, which is the sequel to Finding Nemo.
Yes, and according to comicbook.com, it already smashed the Thursday box office record to make close to 10 million, highest out of all animated movies.
Animated movies do extremely well.
Oh yeah, and especially for summertime. Yeah, when school's
Especially
out.
Pixar.
And
Yeah.
also it was a PA day yesterday too, so ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. Yeah, the Finding Dory, it was, I posted on my Facebook that it was just as good as the first one. So basically rating on going to the theater, yeah, go to the theater, watch it in AVX, it's in AVX. Good picture quality. I don't know about the whole I don't think you get the D box, like the vibrating chairs or anything like that. I don't think you want to go that route. But there's a lot of new memorable characters. There is for me the end scene was the big payoff in the movie. A lot of laughs, a lot of crazy adventures, a lot of emotions, highs and lows. Basically, if you think back to the first one, because they kind of take some of the same elements from the first one, like any classic sequel does, and put into the second one. So, but when it comes to just family fun, entertainment, yeah, knocked it out of the park for me.
All right, so it was great for you and the kids. You brought your kids to see it?
Yeah, brought my kids. I had my girlfriend and her kids with me, so all of us loved it. So
fantastic. And what would you give this rating?
Wasn't perfect, so I'd say 4.5 out of 5.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a very high rating.
And
But you know
yeah.
what? I'm not surprised. These Disney Pixar films, they're some of my favorites. I love all of them. I know they're all made for kids, but there's
the
there's
Pixar
adult jokes in there, and they're pretty funny.
Well, yeah, Toy Story. You'd laugh. Like, it doesn't matter if you're how old. You would laugh at those jokes.
Yeah.
So yeah, Pixar knocks it out of the park all the time. Like most of the movies knock it out of the park.
All right, so there you go. Some quick reviews for you for some more summer flicks. If there is any more summer flicks that you guys want us to see, make sure you leave a comment below. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. You can also check us out on Twitter now at We Promise Nothing. Drop the G. At We Promise Nothing. And also like us on Facebook and all that jazz. So yeah, if you like what you hear, once again, like, subscribe, and share. This is JPar signing out.
This is Zube not being the gatekeeper.
This is Myles, still not the keymaster.
This is Lip. I'm just taking off. But I'll also talk for Boo, who's swollen.
Oh yeah, poor Boo wanted to say bye, folks, but he had to leave early, unfortunately. But he also wishes y'all bye-bye, as he usually says. Remember, if you disagree anything we said on the show, we promise nothing.